Hello everyone, my name is Betty Dubois and welcome to Butterfly Whispers Pick a Card reading. If you like the reading, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the future videos. I hope that you enjoy today's reading. Hi everyone and welcome. This is the Pick a Card reading for, now this is going to be a long week because I want to take this through from the 22nd to the 31st. Just so that when I start the next lot of readings, they will start on the 1st of April. So this reading is for the 22nd of March 2021, right through till the end of March. So make your selection, whatever pile you're drawn to. If you haven't subscribed already, could you please subscribe? It does cost nothing and it does help me to keep bringing these videos to you. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any future videos that I create. And also that you know when I'm going live, because when I do go live, I do free readings. I start the readings live for all the star signs, and then I start reading everybody for free. And that's one question, and you might get some information that you seek. So I hope that this is a lovely reading for everyone today, and make your selection and we'll get straight onto it. For those of you that chose pile number 1, I'm curious, put it in the comments. I'm just wondering, if people that watch week after week, do you always choose the same pile for yourself or for a situation or whatever, or do you always choose something else? I would be inclined to think that, okay, if I chose pile number 3 last week, I want to see where it's going, so I would choose pile number 3 for this week. But other people would go, no, I'm going to choose pile number 1 this week. Next week I'm going to choose pile number 3. Then I'm going to choose, So I'm curious. I always like to see your comments, and let me see what we get for pile number 1. So we're starting with the Lenormand. We have the Tower. Now, don't get all excited, people. It's not the same tower like we have in the tarot. This tower is where it can be an official government building. It can be a court of law. It could be a hospital maybe. It could be anything like that, quite official. It could be about official legal paperwork. But also the tower is where somebody's up here at the top and they're watching things unfold. So this could be where you're sitting back taking a look at your life. Where are you at? What have you been doing? What's happening next? Now, for some of you, you might be asked to observe something. So you might be at work and there's something new that you're learning, and they might say, okay, Joe Blow, we need you to go over there and watch Mr. Smith do his thing because we're going to be putting you in that position. So it may be where you're observing something this week. You may be looking over things from the past as well. You might be examining your future. You might be examining your health. So this is, to me, it's sort of like watching from a distance. You're watching something unfold. Now, we do have the 6 of spades up the top. The 6 of spades could be something like irresponsible actions, irresponsible words. It could even be minor arguments. We have a 1 and a 9. The 1 is the beginning of something. The 9 is the ending of something. Together they make a 10. A 10 can be being a star, being top of your game, having ideas, but it also can mean, especially with a black 6, it can mean finding out a secret or holding on to a secret for somebody else. So there's a lot of information there on that one card. Let's have a look at what your tarots are. Now, as per usual, if they're upside down, I may flip them straight back up. It just depends on what they are. Okay, we have fun and feeling sexy and fun and feeling very attractive at this time. Page of Wands. This may be an actual person. If it is, they possibly have got brown hair, curly hair. If they're older, which I don't think they are, but if they are older, they're acting a bit juvenile when I see this. This could be messages from overseas. It could be conversations going on. It could be a job opportunity as well. Also, this could just be where you yourself are in a health kick right now, where you're starting to take care of your appearance or your weight or your health in general. So this is all about feeling healthy and fit and fun and frivolous, and it can even be a sexual card. What else have we got? We're not going to look at this one upside down. This is the Hierophant. So this would all be taking chances and having fun. This would be sticking to the rules and following the plan. This can be a marriage card, so it could be something to do with fun and a marriage. It could be a marriage overseas as well. Oh, we got Ace of Cups. Wow. For some of you, you might be sitting back observing, or someone's watching you because they have love in their heart and there's a sexy new adventure, and they might be overseas. They want long-term. We've got the long-term card sitting in all of this. So if this is not about you, it might be someone you're dealing with. It might be your friends or your family members. There's been some sort of fun and games going on, maybe a little bit too much fun and games, but now it's all sort of settling down, and then heart's contented. So someone's very happy with these cards. But yeah, I think for some of you, there might be a new love affair on the horizon. This person's been thinking about you for some time, or you've been thinking about them in a long-term type thing. Enough of the fun and games, and this is settling down and having a family and moving forward. So there's sort of different cards. For others, it could be simply that this is fun and games, and this is work, and this is new opportunities. It makes your heart contented, but you've got to stick to the rules. You know, there's a lot of rules and regulations. That's part of it. What else do we have for you guys for pile number 1? We have a black 6 again. So there's something to do with hard work and being responsible for your actions. We got the soulmate card, and then we got a sadness and that at home. Okay, so these are all sort of conflicting cards I've got here. I feel this might be a work-related thing, and this is simply paperwork getting easier. I do feel that you might have options here, because we have a Page of Wands, which is a Jack of Clubs. Then we have a Jack of Hearts. So these are totally different people. So you might be choosing. You might have someone overseas, and then some new love comes into the picture here. You might have someone in your past that you haven't let go of, and you're waiting for this love and commitment, but there's somebody else looking at you. Also, I feel like there might be a lot of talk going on around love. Now, for some of you, this card can represent a dog, a pet, a cat, dog, cat, bird, whatever it is. It can represent something to do with that. If it's a dog or a cat, I would say be very careful that where you put poisons or things like that, there could be an incident around an animal here. Just be very careful, because this can be irresponsible actions, and it's something to do within the 4 walls of home. And the fact that that's sitting in the middle of it tells me that it will be okay, but just be very, very careful. I did a reading recently on a lady, and I seen a dog in my head, and I said, who's got the Rottweiler and who's got Ratsack on the ground? And she rang up her daughter. Her daughter actually had a Rottweiler, and she had just placed Ratsack down, and thankfully, it was nowhere near the dog, but it just came to my mind, and that's why I'm bringing that up now, because I'm seeing these cards here, and I started thinking of an animal. So be careful around the home. If there's any kind of poisons or electrical leads or whatever, there's nothing drastic here, so don't get alarmed, but there is something that you need to sort out. Lastly, I'd say that someone might need to grow up a little bit. There might be news coming in, there might be discussions going on about someone's heart, that what they're contented with, what things they want. You might get some information about someone, and you need to try and tread carefully here with this information. Let's just get one of these cards to finish off. You have sadness, solitude, silent, and withdrawn. Okay, so that's kind of opposite to the rest of it. I did say that this can be sadness at home. It's not major. It's just sort of a little bit of a withdrawal from things. So there may be some sort of sadness and needing to withdraw from a situation. So you've got happy and good cards, but then you've got a couple of little downer cards. So it's sort of a mixed match week for, 10 days, isn't it? 22nd through to the 31st. So it's like 10 days, lots of different things going on. The quiet observer, withdrawing into your own little solitude here. A lot of happiness in that around commitment here. Now, that could be for someone else, or it could be for you, and you could be part of why these person's happy. Now, the fact that we got 2 jacks, I do have to mention there may be an invitation to go to a wedding, a hen's night, a buck's night, something like that. There may be some sort of invitation, and you might be giving an invitation to somebody else. Don't be surprised if they don't want to come. This here looks like it might be something to do with a parent, a female. They might just be a little bit lost at the moment, but it's not too bad. It's looking like if you have had worries about a parent or somebody like that, it looks like things are getting better here. Structure's coming back in. They just need a bit of more time out, but that could be you as well. And that's what I have for pile number 1. Okay, so moving right along to pile number 2. This is for March the 22nd all the way through to the 31st, just so I can finish the month off and then start a fresh month next month. So here we go. If you chose pile number 2, we're going to start with our Lenormand. What do we get? News and information coming in. It could be coming in quite swiftly because we have spades at the top. Also, it may be forced changes going on. I feel like you might be wanting to move job, move house or something like that, but you might actually have to move. You might have to be in a different position. We got a double 7 up here because we got the 27 and we got a 7 with the spades in the middle. So this is about, it can be a business partnership, it can be a marriage partnership, and then changes that need to happen. There is a negative change. So when I say a negative change, it could be something like you planned on moving to a particular house in a particular area, and then it turns out that because the transport's not local for your job, you have to go to the second choice and it's not where you originally wanted to go. So there's some sort of forced change going on there. Now that could be around health, it could be around finances. So we'll have a look at the rest of the cards, but there's definitely some important information coming through to you this week. Now, these might be read upside down, it just depends on what they are. Queen of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, we're not going to read that upside down. I will just say 6 of Cups is about reminiscing over the past. When it's upright, it's about remembering the good times. When it's upside down, it can be dwelling on the past, dwelling on negative aspects of the past. So you or your partner or where you work, there may be something going over the past in a sort of a negative way or clinging on to the way things used to be. And we also have the Chariot. Now the Chariot can be the star sign of Cancer, doesn't have to be. This Chariot is where you want to rush in and do something, but it was upside down. So I have to tell people, be very careful with transport. There could be delays. If you're supposed to get on a plane, maybe something happens and lockdown happens and you can't go. You might be driving a car somewhere and you hear a tinking noise. Go and get it checked out. So there could be delays, breakdowns, all that sort of thing. It's like you want to move forward. Like here, there's some sort of forced change going on around you or someone close to you. It could be at work, could be personal. I feel there's personal matters and work matters going on. Now, the Queen of Pentacles, she's usually the earth sign. So that could be one of the earth signs there. It doesn't have to be male or female. It's just the energy of the card. It could be dealings with money. This was upside down, but as I said, we'll read it upright. So this is sort of wishful thinking, hopeful, thinking about when you were young, and then this rushing in, but it's just not happening as quickly as you'd want it. The Queen of Pentacles tell me things are going just a little bit too slow. You may have concerns around whoever this female is. She would have blonde hair, blue eyes, green eyes. I mean, she may be grey if she's old. She may be a baby, or not necessarily a baby, but you know what I mean. Like it could be a baby sister. It could be someone young, someone old. Doesn't really matter with age with this card, but you may have concerns around this person, what direction things are going in. I just feel like you might be waiting on something happening. You don't feel like it's happening the way you want it to happen, and you're feeling like jumping in the car and just going and doing something, but this is telling you hold your horses because it was upside down. I just feel there's delays, breakdowns, things not sort of being done the right way. But if we read them all upright, this is usually some sort of business dealing, bringing something family and that all into play, and then going on a new journey and it's all nice and happy. So if we read it that way, I just think all of that's going to happen, but it's just a little bit delayed. With things to do with like babies and family, because this can be all about baby growing up, family. This is a family type card. As you can see, we got the puppy, and then we got the grown dog, we got the child, and then we got the grown man. This could be all about family reunions and things like that, and it even could be baby coming quickly. It could be something that comes quicker than expected, and that's why this was all upside down, because you're like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? So yeah, we've got all different things there. So let's see what else we've got for this week. Looks like a big week. Signing contracts, and this can be some people putting a wedding ring on. Now that might be what it is. It might be that this person you want to propose, there's some sort of negative past thing going on, and you want to put a ring on the finger. You want to seal the deal. New responsibilities. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm going to read these all positive. You've got sixes everywhere. So 6 weeks, 6 days, June. There's something very positive happening. I feel like this might be new parents in June. Very, very happy. Very, very happy here. But there may be some sort of delays in that, or there may be something missing in the mix. And not to worry too much about the past in a negative way here. Turn it around to a positive. But yeah, so there's journeys going on, there's new responsibilities, there's love and happiness for pile number 2. Don't be too worried about this information coming in. I think, let's say there was a problem, because this can be parenting cards. It can be you as a parent, or it can be your own parents. It's going to turn around and everything's going to be stable and solid. You may get news and you get worries and fears about a particular person or situation, but it's unwarranted. Pretty much all these cards are positive. The only fact is that these two come out negative. They come out upside down, and it just means delays, things just not happening the way you thought. And don't get hung up on the past. Let the past go. You might be telling somebody else they need to let the past go. So that's what I have for pile number 2. I hope that helped, and I'll see you next week. Okay, good luck, pile number 3. This is for the week of March what is that on that card? It's a tiny little insect. I don't know where that came from. Yes, so this is for pile number 3 for March the 22nd all the way through to the 31st, just so I can finish off and tidy up the month. Before we move on to April. Now, that might have been a message for pile number 3 about being very busy or being annoyed. The insect crawling around on the card can be about busyness, but it also can be about annoyance. If it was an ant, ants dig their little burrows and they make big homes for themselves, and they go in all directions. It could be that you might be a bit scattered. Also, ants tend to bite. So there might be a sting going on. So let's just see what you get. Let's start with the Lenormand. The anchor. The ship has sailed. Something, you may have missed out on something. There may have been something you were wanting. I do feel for some of you, we have the 9 of spades up here. This can be about nightmares, thinking about the past, overthinking a situation, not knowing what to do next. This can be stubbornness as well, the anchor. On the positive note, it can be that people are saying, I want to do this, I want to do that. You're saying, no, I'm staying right here. You want to stay right where you are. You don't want to move forward. For some of you, there might be an ending. It could be an ending that's been a bit hard, something hard to let go, and that's why we got the anchor here. You're still holding on to something. There's something still got a grip on you, but as you can see, the ship's in the background. It's sailed. It's gone. So this is you sitting here holding on to something. It's causing you a bit of grief and anguish. But yeah, sometimes it can be that you found the home and you found the place you want to be, and you put your solid anchor down and you say, this is it. This is where I'm staying. But I do feel for a lot of you that the ship has sailed. There was some sort of opportunity in that you've decided to stay put, or they've decided to stay put if it's about a person or a job, and the ship has sailed. So let's have a look at your tarot. We will read some of them upside down if we need to. If we don't need to, we'll flip them around. Just depends on the general atmosphere. We have justice being served, so something's coming back into balance. Seven of Cups. Now, Seven of Cups can be being delusional about something. It can be having way too many choices in front of you. If it's a relationship card, this can mean that you've got too many choices, or the person you're with has too many choices. It simply could be that you're wanting something with somebody and you're wanting balance back in play. This can be Libra, a Libra symbol. It doesn't have to be. Seven of Cups can be a water sign, can be one of the water signs, Scorpio, Pisces or Cancer. But yeah, it's sort of like, I sometimes feel this is like where you're deluding yourself about what you want and what's going on, or what the real truth is. So we've got some sort of hanging on to something and the ship has sailed, being stubborn. We've got justice being restored and balance being restored, but then we've got too many options on the table. We have the Knight of Wands. Okay, this makes a lot of sense, guys. For those of you out there in a same-sex relationship, or for the females out there, this guy, he's a lot of fun, but he is a player. He wants to play the game. He thinks he's the ant's pants. He walks around with his shirt undone or his shirt off or whatever it is, and he's sort of like, I'm here, guys, look at me. Now, with all the boys, he's the best mate. He's fun. He has a good laugh. In a relationship type thing, if you're asking or looking at these cards about where's this relationship going, him being a player and there being too many options tells me that this guy already has somebody else, or he already has more than one somebody else. But justice is coming either for him or for you. So if you're the one being doing this, you're the player energy and you've got Tom, Dick and Harry at your disposal, justice is coming through to balance this back out. If you're wanting some sort of long-term thing, I'm not seeing that at all. This is just some sort of changes that need to happen. The Seven of Cups is Seven of Hearts. That's making choices for your own heart and mind of what you want for your future. But I'd have to say this is not the right person to be having that choice with, because this is not commitment, or unless that's what you want. This is fun and games and health and fitness and playing the field, basically, and especially coupled with the Seven of Cups. That just tells me there's too many people in this story. I'm not seeing anything to do with a marriage or commitment. I'm not even seeing anything to do with work on the table here. So let's just see what we get next. We have work. That's a work card. That's cashing in the money. That's discussions going on. Some of you might be buying a new car. That might be where you missed out. You might have wanted to buy a car or buy something of value, and you ummed and ahed and you had too many choices and the ship has sailed, but there's a new option there. It's also a male energy. It can represent a child or childlike energy. We have a baby girl on the table, and we have the Queen of Hearts. Okay, now these cards are totally different. This woman is the wife, the caring natured person. This is outside of her home. This is inside of her home. So this is happy and contentment and love and sharing with people and family. This person might be having a baby girl. She might be having a new baby girl introduced into the family. We have a family unit sort of cards here where justice has been restored, some sort of player energy here on the table, and then the choice is made and truth is on the table, and then these two people making up with each other. So this could be you. This could be you and your partner. There may have been some sort of playing the field going on between you and somebody, or somebody and somebody else. And it looks like it's coming back into the stable family type thing over here. They're very opposite cards, but some sort of justice needs to be done here. And please don't delude yourself about something that is when it isn't, or isn't when it is. So yeah, we got sort of opposing things here. So you might actually be a mum of two grown-up children, and this is your daughter and this is your son, or this is your son and this is your daughter. So it might make sense with people you live with, or it might make sense with your own thing. Please put comments below if it does make sense to you. I'm just going to pull one of these cards over here just to get an extra message. We have accept what is, know what's really going on, and stay in the now. She who is present. So that's all about like just knowing what's reality is, because this can be delusional, as I said. This can be thinking that something's going to happen, everything's going to go the way I thought it was going to go. There is justice there. It's like you're seeking justice. You're seeking, I don't know, like somebody else doing something for you, or someone promised you something, and then you're deluding yourself and you're waiting and you're holding on to the past. Meanwhile, we've got this player going on over here, and meanwhile we got this happy mother, wife figure over here in her home. So maybe you're got this guy who's got this wife or got this other girlfriend or something like that. But for some of you, this message is all about standing your ground, making changes for your health for the future, and then there's a birth of a healthy baby girl here as well, and it might simply all be that. And I'd have to say that you already have a boy child. This can be a card that means grow up, someone that needs to grow up and stop mucking around, and this is more stability over here. But justice and truth, justice will be done, because we've got truth on the table and justice being served. So I hope that helped. It's kind of confusing to me because I'm reading for the general public, and this could be for any kind of situation. So please let me know in the comments if it did make sense to you, or if you're totally confused as I am. And I will catch you next month for the April readings. Take care and see you later.